天天，今年圣诞节想要什么礼物呀？
I want to meet Santa
Oh, why?
because I want to ask him to make all cell phones disappear.
Hey!
Especially this one. Boom!
I loved the relationship between the mother and son. It felt very authentic, and there was this great ability between them both to volley back and forth that felt like there was a lot of trust established between the actors, and it made it feel authentic. Um, it was just a delight to find a child actor with so much honesty, and I think he really sold the piece. So that's also some great directing as well. Heartfelt piece, lovely message, and it really touched on what actually matters at the end of the day in our hustle and bustle culture, especially at a very capitalistic time as Christmas, and what that means to remove yourself from that kind of capitalist cycle, what it means to remove yourself from placing yourself as a commodity essentially for people to view. And there's so much with mommy bloggers and mommy influencers that are some questions around the ethics and what the kids actually feel about it. So I thought this touched on that quite beautifully.
It really, to me, touched on the pressures of social media. You know, he made a comment about she's always looking at the phone and not him, and you even see in the beginning this what we think is a interactive moment between them two is really just a video that she's shooting for the purposes of views. And so every interaction is false. And even in her finding out how he feels started off initially as the pressure of I have to get this video in to maintain my following base and maintain my the impressions and the interactions and everything and activity on my page and the pressure of that all and even finding out how he really feels about her using the cell phone and being an influencer and not really focusing on him really started off as a ploy to get views. It just turned differently for her, and I think hit her the real reality of, you know, you can get him all the toys in the world and have all the money in the world. What he wants is genuine interaction with his mother. And even at the end where she's hesitant to block, it just shows our hesitancy to disconnect with social media because we all feel like this is a necessity.
Two good lead performances made even more impressive by how young the male actor was. The kid here, I thought he was really, really good. So while the story here isn't exactly believable, you do have to suspend your disbelief a little bit to buy into the premise. I think that the film is clearly more focused on conveying a message rather than telling a believable or realistic story. And I think on that front, it does a really, really good job. It succeeds spectacularly.
The kid who plays the son, he was very charismatic. I know that sometimes when you use child actors, it's always like a double-edged sword. But he knocked his performance out of the park. He was very believable, very authentic. I love that the mom dressed up as Santa and was doing a deep voice. And that was very funny. But all in all, that was a very sweet message about the notion of work versus time, in the sense of you put so much effort into work, but then your child feels isolated from it. And I think it was a very sweet message.
The actors did a marvelous job. They hit all of the emotional beats. I believed that it was mother and son. I liked what was going on, how they did things with the phone, and what they did with showing that she was an influencer and all of that, and trying to, and how she was spending time with her son. And I loved the Santa bits. I just thought it was very endearing. That was such a great way to connect with him, and then how the story actually came to an end. It had this beautiful ending.
Gets us right into it. There's a problem I think we can all, at least at some level, relate to, and it's explored really just innocently and sweetly here. It really is a great short little film.
I liked how it played on the use of Santa within parenting and just having those conversations with children. It was really interesting to see the character change in such a short film take place, and I thought that was really cool.